and welcome to the Hyundai Media event. I'm Kristen Burt, and we are here live at Cobo Hall in downtown Detroit at the 2018 North American International Auto Show. And we are so excited to present the global reveal of the 2019 Hyundai Veloster. As you can see behind me, the media is all lined up, the cameras are ready to go, and the excitement is here in the air. And to give us a little tease about what we are going to see in today's press conference, we have Hyundai Motor America's Director of Communications, Jim Trainer. Jim, I'm going to grab you right now. I know, here you are. Good to see you.
Great to be here.
You are always great about giving us a little tease about the press conference. What can you tell us about the Veloster?
The tease is we're going to show the Veloster and the Veloster Turbo, all new, totally redesigned, full of infotainment updates, a lot safer. The car looks great, and we may have a surprise towards the end of the news conference. So I hope everyone watching on our live stream sticks around.
We hope they do. And you know, what does this mean to the Hyundai brand? Because I know that this is so important, this particular vehicle.
You know, everyone's after the millennials and all that, but we think the Veloster will appeal to people who are young and young at heart. You don't have to be 21 years old to like the Veloster, although plenty of people will. But if you're someone who just wants to have a little bit of fun, there's no other car that has 3 doors. And you'll see that in the new Veloster. So we think it continues to appeal to someone who wants something a little bit different, stand out in the crowd. And if you get the turbo version, 201 horsepower, it's a lot of fun to drive too.
Have you driven it yet?
I have.
All right, give us an idea. What was that test drive like?
I was lucky. I drove it in Korea, and I've driven it at our proving grounds in California. I'm a big fan of the R-Spec and the turbo. So improvements in handling, suspension's changed. It's way more refined than the original Velosters were. So, you know, it's the design probably is the thing that draws people in. But I think once you drive it, you'll want to drive it even more.
Oh, I'm excited, and I know that I'm probably going to see a Veloster in your driveway, of course.
Maybe more than one.
Maybe more than one. I love it. Jim, always good to see you. Such a pleasure, and we are thrilled.
Almost ready to go.
We're ready.
Okay,
we are ready,
thanks.
and the media is ready. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim. All right, you guys, as you know, that was the Director of Communications for Hyundai Motor America. We have a few things to let you know about as well. Just remember that after this broadcast, we will be joining you again on the back end. We are going to have some of the key players here, and then we're talking about from marketing, also from design. So this is going to be very important for you guys to hear the inside scoop on the Hyundai Veloster. Also remember, if you need other information, we're going to have it for you at HyundaiUSA.com, our consumer site, and for all of the press, HyundaiNews.com. We are going to see you very shortly here, joining you immediately after this press conference. Have a great time, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hyundai Media event. Please welcome Christopher Chapman.
Good afternoon and welcome. Now, before we jump into our product news, I would like to take a moment on this national holiday to honor the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose life and legacy we celebrate today. Later this evening, in the atrium of Cobo Center, Hyundai is proud to be part of an event to commemorate Dr. King's dream and the message of hope he left us all. So please join in this celebration as your schedules allow. Also, I'd like to acknowledge three very important guests today. Vice Chairman, Head of the R&D Division for Hyundai Motor Company, Dr. Moon-Sik Kwan. President and Chief Design Officer of the Hyundai Motor Group, Mr. Peter Schreier. And the President and CEO of Hyundai Motor America, Mr. Kenny Lee. Now, we love bringing big news to the North American International Auto Show, and this year is no exception. Our global vision for Hyundai is to be a lifetime partner to our customers. You see proof of that in many forms, but one we're especially proud of and devoted to is the safety of Hyundai drivers and passengers. This year, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety raised the bar with even more demanding crash safety testing. We recently learned that Hyundai led the industry in meeting these new standards with 7 vehicles achieving either top safety pick or type safety pick plus for 2018, the most of any company. Now, turning to another, sure, why not? Now, turning to another aspect of our lifetime partnership with Hyundai owners, our commitment to delighting them at every stage of life's journey. 7 years ago, right here in Detroit, we held the world debut of a new model designed especially for Gen Y. Its name, Veloster. It was designed for drivers who wanted to escape the sea of sameness. Veloster's asymmetrical 2+1 door design broke with tradition and was very successful in attracting a new segment of young customers that Hyundai had not reached before. Veloster brought spice to its owner's life and, quite frankly, to our company, where this model remains a passion project for our R&D folks. Now, it's time to add more kick to the recipe. To develop the second-generation Veloster, Hyundai R&D formed a dedicated team to focus 100% on this unique customer. This global team included designers from our studios in Seoul, South Korea, Frankfurt, Germany, and where I'm from, in Irvine, California, together working in concert with engineers from our R&D campus in Namyang, South Korea. Now, in my own personal interest in keeping things brief and my own passion for cars, I'd like to show you the result of this collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce the all-new 2019 Hyundai Veloster.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Director of Hyundai Exterior Design, Mr. Min-Chul Koo.
Good afternoon. and we have been keeping this a secret for quite a while. It's great to be able to show you the all-new Veloster making its world premiere here today. To understand our objectives, let's do a quick rewind on the original. About 10 years ago, a small team in Hyundai R&D was given a dream assignment: bring the boldness of a concept car to the street. The Veloster was a true original, merging the personality of sexy coupe with a utility of a hatchback. For the second generation, the challenge was, where do we go next? So we went back to the drawing board to find the emotional connection we were hungry for. And we did. In the final design, the new Veloster delivers stunning coupe-like appeal that's full of emotion. To achieve a more athletic stance, our designers worked closely with our engineers. They spent countless hours collaborating on this passion project. First, we pulled the cowl point and A-pillar back to achieve a sports coupe design, and to create a sense of speed with a sleek and a stretched body side. The side line of the hood and the belt line and the daylight opening graphic are all tied into one, creating a sleeker and a sporty appearance. We also lowered the roof line, resulting in a profile unique to Veloster. This is especially striking with the available two-tone paint scheme. The clean body side enhances Veloster's muscular stance. The higher volume fenders and the wheel arches give Veloster a more planted appearance. In the front, we have reinterpreted the Hyundai's signature of the front, a cascading grille. With a strong and a three-dimensional design, that sets the Veloster apart. At the same time, we refined the Veloster traits the people love, like its signature, the center exhaust, and the 2+1 door configuration. This presents a unique challenge for our designer, as we ritually combine two cars into one. So we had to make each side look as good as the other. This was a challenge for both design and engineering. But at the end of the day, we have a car that is unique and emotional. So we have brought the same idea inside, the interior design, with a layout that divides the shape and the function. The driver and the passenger areas. Let's notice how the driver-oriented layout echoes the asymmetry of the 2+1 door exterior. The contrasting colors are used to highlight this. For better personalization, each trim level gets unique materials and accent colors. The graphic patterns on the sports bucket seats add to sport design. This is a car with a fun in mind, and it delivers with better driving dynamics and advanced in-car technology. Now, let's hear from a colleague of mine who has been pursuing these many important advances in the all-new Veloster. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Manager Advanced Product Strategy, Hyundai Motor America, Daniel Hahn.
When I first started working on the redesign of the iconic Veloster, I traveled from LA to New York to talk directly with Veloster owners. I also met with millennial influencers, people who bring a spirit of creativity to their work in the entertainment, music, hospitality, and food industries. And there was one area of broad agreement. All of them were looking for products and experiences to express their own unique personalities. And Veloster, with its bold design and groundbreaking technology, was a perfect car to help them do just that. So our mission was clear: make a statement with the new Veloster and let our customers stand out from the crowd. I'm here to tell you that awesome and accessible are together once again in the all-new Veloster. The fun starts with performance. Veloster is engineered around a new independent, multi-link rear suspension, so you get both responsive handling and great ride quality without compromise. We've retuned the steering with a quicker ratio to suit the car's more athletic platform. We also made changes to Veloster's powertrain options. For the standard model, we've stepped up to a 2-liter Atkinson cycle engine, now linked to a 6-speed manual or automatic. It delivers stronger torque, lower revs, and more power. Our Veloster Turbo returns with our 1.6-liter GDI engine, now retuned for greater torque at lower revs. Drivers could tap into even more torque thanks to the all-new overboost feature in the Veloster Turbo. Veloster, to make the most of this performance, the turbocharged engine is mated to a choice of a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission with paddle shifters. Veloster provides a choice of 3 distinct drive modes, including a sport mode that delivers more aggressive steering feel, throttle response, and shift mapping. There's also a smart mode that learns your preferences based on your driving style. The advances continue with even more impressive display technology. Our Turbo Ultimate features a heads-up display. When you select Sport mode, it transforms to a very cool, performance-focused display. The next generation center console interface includes our 8-inch audio display, which controls an 8-speaker Infinity premium sound system with enhanced cargo area subwoofer. In addition, models equipped with BlueLink come with an entire suite of connected services, free of charge for 3 years. All models get standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and Qi wireless charging is now available. Veloster also makes big advances in active safety, with all of these impressive safety technologies now standard on every Veloster. In addition, blind spot collision warning, smart cruise control, and high beam assist are available. Veloster is a car for people who love superhero performance in a small package, and we found the perfect showcase to introduce it to the world. The all-new Veloster will make its big screen debut in the next installment of Marvel's hit movie franchise, Ant-Man and the Wasp. And in fact, the actual vehicle from the film is here in our booth, so be sure to check it out today. Veloster will make an even earlier appearance on Xbox game consoles. Over 14 million registered racers compete in Forza Motorsport. Tomorrow, we're going to surprise these fans with a new free download. It includes a no-holds-barred competition car that no one has seen in the real world before this afternoon. You'll get a chance to see it and race it on the game sleds here in our booth. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President, Head of Performance Development and High Performance Vehicle Division, Hyundai Motor Group, Albert Bierman.
I can tell you how long I've waited for this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first ever Veloster N. Does this mean what you think it means? Yes, it does. N is coming to America. And it's just as exciting as you imagined. N is a different kind of performance lineup. When you drive an N, your heart beats faster. Beats per minute, not revs per minute. That's our goal at N. The Veloster N was designed to introduce our philosophy to North America. Our first N was engineered to deliver maximum fun per dollar at a price point that allows more people to experience the N. And the experience is born in motorsport. Our engineers have fully internalized the motorsport philosophy of precision, feedback, and predictable response and applied it to our first high-performance car for the US market. At N, we love corners. This car is hungry for corners. Our in-house developed N-corner carving differential and N-power sense axle enhance grip and provide that unique carving feel throughout the corner. We also love control. That's why the driver can select one of 5 drive modes to perfectly match the road and his mood. With one touch of a fingertip, you can change your car's character. You can customize traits like throttle response, steering weight, suspension damping, differential action, and rev matching. One final ingredient we love, of course, power. The Veloster N will feature significantly higher engine output, instant power, thrilling torque, and just listen to this exhaust note. And while numbers aren't the whole story, they're still pretty amazing. Up to 275 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. With the arrival of the Veloster N later this year, we will open a new chapter in the history of Hyundai Motor Company. A chapter that will make heartbeats a little bit faster the world over. And a big part of it will be motorsport. You will hear more details on N racing plans very soon. Now, to wrap up things, again, Chris.
Thank you, Albert. I'm sure N is going to be a great new level of attention and excitement to the Hyundai franchise. And for you Forza Motorsport fans, now is your chance to be the first to drive the new Veloster N. And we're going to make it extra exciting today, I think, with a little bit of a competition with a racing challenge exclusively for credentialed media. The media rep who turns in the fastest lap time during this challenge this afternoon will take home the new Xbox One console and the very latest Forza game. And finally, tonight, we will continue a long-standing Hyundai tradition. Our executive team will be pouring pints at our annual gathering at Slow's Barbecue on Michigan Avenue. We look forward to seeing you there tonight starting at 6:30. With that, we thank you for being here, and I'd like to give the photographers a minute or two to take some quick shots with their new Veloster with our executives, and afterwards, please come up and take a closer look at the family of our Velosters. Thank you very much.
Welcome back into the Hyundai press event. We are so excited about this reveal. Of course, it is a global reveal, and you can see the press. Everyone is jumping in to check it out. And first of all, we promised you some of the key players here, and we're going to start right off with Dean Edwards. He is the Chief Marketing Officer at Hyundai Motor America. Dean, come on in. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
All right, well, we have a lot of questions for you, and let's start right off. What does the Veloster brand do for Hyundai?
Obviously, it supercharges our youth image, right? It's really important today the brands stay youthful and exciting, and Veloster is really our hallmark product aimed at doing just that, to bring a more youthful image to the Hyundai brand.
Do you think it's going to attract some new buyers too to the Hyundai brand as well?
Yes, we hope so, and that's always the plan. This kind of excitement, this kind of product lineup is really the heartbeat and the spear of what we do every day in marketing, which is build more organic demand for the brand, and we think the Veloster will be one of those products that really drives that in spades for us.
Now, we saw a little tease of some of those marketing strategies. Give us some more details, because these are great. I'm excited about them.
Well, and thank you. I mean, Forza for Veloster is the hallmark there. We're excited. It's how we started Veloster years ago with that partnership. We also believe in this community. This community is very youth-oriented, and it really is the spear when we drive all these partnerships, because getting this car in front of that gaming and that entertainment audience is great, and so the Forza partnership is very welcomed with that.
I'm excited about a little strategy when it comes to Ant-Man and the Wasp, too.
Yes, you can't beat going to the movies and getting your car front and center, and we think with the Marvel partnership, with our product, and you can see that on the floor today, with the popularity of that franchise, Ant-Man, we think it's going to be 1 + 1 = 5 for us there.
One final question, the N brand. How are you going to communicate this? Because this is so exciting, it's actually right here behind us as well.
Yes, that's going to be another exciting layer in this youth compartment with us, getting more performance-oriented vehicles in the stable and getting more and more of that on the street. I think we're excited about that, and that will only help turbocharge even further our brand.
Well, this is going to be an exciting year here at Hyundai. Thank you so much for sharing all of your inside scoop. We always appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. All right, we promised you more, and that's exactly what you're getting, because we have the Vice President of Product Planning here at Hyundai Motor America, Mike O'Brien. Come on in, Mike. Good to see you.
How are you doing today?
I am terrific, and I am thrilled about this, because I want to know from your perspective, when you are going and taking a look at what you're going to be doing in the future, what made you decide to do another generation of the Veloster?
That's very easy, and you touched on it with the word generation. One word is millennials. So by 2020, less than 2 years away, millennials will be the #1 age buyer group for new light vehicles, and we can't forget that. So we have to be thinking about a product lineup that's suitable for the young buyers now that are growing up to an age where they're going to be in the largest buyer group for light vehicles. And so this is really all about them. This is about a vehicle, when I approach it as a driver, I see a personal vehicle for me. When I want to take my friends and some stuff with me, from approaching it from the passenger side, it's a car with great utility and accessibility. So it really answers the needs for young millennial drivers that want something that's very engaging to drive, it's very personal, and it's for them.
Oh, I love that. And you were successful with the first generation, correct?
We were very successful. It's actually the youngest buyer group of any of our Hyundai models were Veloster buyers. So we did a very good job of bringing in new buyers, new people to Hyundai that hadn't purchased one before, but particularly new people in terms of entering the light vehicle market.
Well, I always like talking about safety, because Hyundai is always at the forefront of it, and I know that the automatic emergency braking is going to be a big part of the Veloster. Is this going to be on all trim levels?
Just less than a couple of years ago, forward collision braking, automatic emergency braking was only available really in luxury cars, but we have made forward collision assistance, forward collision warning, and emergency braking standard equipment on the Veloster. So now, no matter what model Veloster you buy, we're going to have forward collision assist auto emergency braking system available. It's a standard feature for those buyers.
Ah, fantastic. I also have to ask about the R-Spec model. Are we going to have it in this generation?
Oh yes, and I have to tell you, what an exciting car. When you just think about Albert Bierman and our performance group have brought so much in terms of feedback and dynamics and just utter performance, both corner performance as well as acceleration and handling performance.
It sounds like you might have driven the vehicle, have you?
I have, and I have to tell you, I am so excited. I cannot wait to have one that I could take home. It is such an engaging car to drive, and I have a reputation for loving cars that are engaging to drive, but I have to tell you, this car has it all. You know, it has torque vectoring control, it has amazing power output, it has amazing grip, it has an amazing suite of performance features that'll really make it an engaging car for drivers.
Fantastic. Thank you for that insight on that. Jim also spoke about driving it, and I have a feeling both of you will have one in your driveway.
I have a feeling we'll be fighting over the car when it first arrives.
I'm seeing that already. Mike, thank you so much. Good to see you.
So good to be with you.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
All right, and you know, we always know that it is never complete unless we have the designer here, and we have the Senior Chief Designer, Chris Chapman, to give us all the inside scoop. I want to hear about this. Chris, I'm going to grab you right now. Good to see you.
How are you?
Great presentation today.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You feeling good? It looks great up there.
Excited. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun car, you know?
Yeah, well, and that's what I want to ask. You know, when you come to the Veloster and you know that you're doing another generation, what is exciting those designers when they're really just working on paper to start out?
Well, when you have a great movie to start out with, right, making the sequel is a lot harder, right? So you have to kind of go back to the drawing board several times, as Min-Chul Koo had mentioned, you know? It's not an easy task, but I'm a big believer in doing overlays and readdressing and actually getting it to a level where you think you're finished and then you actually scrap it all away and then start all over again. And I think the designers respond to that kind of challenge a lot more than when they're just sort of going into the next generation of a known product. The first generation Veloster set sort of a tone. It set sort of a bar at a pretty high level, and it's a funky car. You know, it's a fun, funky car, and it was for Gen Y. And I think, you know, recently you hear a lot about, you know, disruptors and disruption and things like that. Well, I think in the design community, in the design world, we've been kind of living that all our lives. So when we get to design a project like this, everybody jumps on board and wants to make the most interesting, most iconic car, you know, possible.
Well, that's a great question, because here's what I want to know. When you already have a cutting edge design for the first generation, the pressure really is on for the second one. Yeah. What were the biggest challenges for the designers?
Well, I think that when you're starting with a good architecture, and I know this sounds kind of vague a little bit, but I'll explain this in a second. You know, there's like three parts to design. There's proportion, there's surface, and there's detail. And we always talk about that. Proportion is kind of everything, and when the first generation car came out, it had a unique silhouette to the car, it had a unique stance to the car. Everybody kind of looked at it and was wondering, is it a coupe, is it a hatchback, what is it? It was like nothing else on the road, right? So when you start with that kind of basis and a foundation in that kind of proportion, that's 98% of design. Surfacing, designers are really good at putting lines in places or whatever, but surface and detail, that's the easy stuff. The big challenge is when you're working with engineers to try to get a proportion that's really kind of iconic. Well, when we had this one, the base proportion was already kind of set. So from that point on, it was just kind of like free reign in terms of experimenting with the sculpture and trying to get an expressive car that could offer kind of an iconic you know, break away from, as I mentioned, the sea of sameness that's really kind of out there on the automotive landscape.
Well, I love that 2+1 door. I mean, that whole design is really unique.
I love asymmetry. I'm a big fan of asymmetry. I love things that are slightly shifted. It's kind of like, you know, when you're standing there either kind of straight up like this or whatever, or you're kind of like casual confidence with kind of a baseball cap turned backwards, lean back. It kind of has this kind of a shift. And I think the 2+1 door configuration was successful for us in the first round. We decided to continue it along because we heard a lot of positive feedback from our customers and our owners relative to being the driver feeling like they're driving a cool sports coupe. And then at the same time, they offer that kind of utility aspect to the curbside, offloading, onloading, in and out, quick drop off of people, pickup of people kind of thing. They're on the move, you know, and they don't like to sort of stand still for any period of time. So that 4-door or the 2-door configuration on the curbside really kind of offered that quick getaway kind of a feeling.
It makes a lot of sense, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, it really does. And again, it's a challenge for the designers and engineers because we're dealing with slightly different structure. And that also then translates to the interior of the car because it kind of gives a different space, we always talk about driver orientation on the instrument panel, but when you're talking about a single door on one side and two doors on the other side, it also kind of gives this framing, if you will, of the entire environment that extends beyond the instrument panel.
I have to ask, and I always like to know this,
Oh boy.
what is your favorite aspect of the Veloster?
I love funky cars. I mean, as a designer and as a student of design, I'm looking for something that is going to bring something different onto the road. And I think that for this particular customer, we want to keep them fresh. We want to keep them young. We want to keep them feeling alive and pumped and ready to go. I mean, we all want to just drive this car. I want to get back to fun. I want to get back to driving. I want to get back to that exhilarating feeling that, you know, when you open up the garage door and you see this thing sitting there, it's kind of alive and it's kind of waiting for you to say, okay, where are we going today? It's a partner in life, and with such great character and great personality, this is what the car offers.
Well, you guys are certainly delivering. Chris, always a pleasure talking with you. Congratulations on everything. Of course.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. All right, you guys, we want to thank you so much for joining us here for the Hyundai Press event today. This was such an exciting global reveal. We also want to remind you that if you need any further information, our consumer site is HyundaiUSA.com. For press, feel free to go to HyundaiNews.com for all the updates and specs on the brand new 2019 Hyundai Veloster. I want to thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm Kristen Burt. We will see you next time.